Welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave. In Vine Nation, I have a bag of joy and fun for you today. That's right, we're doing the Game Vine grab bag again, and it's all going to be focused on Joy-Cons, or stuff that have to do with Joy-Cons. I really like doing the last grab bag, so I hope this one goes over just as well. But without further ado, let's get into our first item. Let's go. Yeah, so these are crucial. This is the first thing you need to get when you get a Switch and you have Joy-Cons. If you have a Switch Lite, well, you don't need these. But if you want to play with the Joy-Cons, these make it so much better and easier. So as you're seeing a close-up, this actually gives the L and R button an actual button, and instead of having to strap on that little strap that's really hard to come off, a little black strap at the very side, you can just do this. And these pads that I have are able to hold any type of Joy-Cons. They set up to hold the left or right, so you can mix and match, or match like I have this pink one right here. These don't cost that much, but they're super effective when it comes to comfort when playing with just the Joy-Con sideways. So I recommend these highly. So that are these. Okay, well, that's great English. To the next item. Let's go. Oh, okay. Now, this is pretty cool. There are a whole bunch of wheels out there, but this is the most fanciest wheel I've ever seen, and this is actually licensed or made by Nintendo. And if you're gonna have a wheel and you're gonna play Mario Kart with it, or Crash Team Racer, or whatever racer, and you're gonna do it with the Joy-Con, well, this is the one that you should do it with. This is pricey. I am not recommending this by any means, because there are definitely better ways to play Mario Kart, but this little wheel has these cool little triggers at the very back. The rubber feels so nice. It has little bumpies on it, and as you can see, the little crisscross kind of carbon fiber print on the very side of the wheel has a nice feel to it. So it's pretty tiny, but it does extend the Joy-Con enough to make it plausible to play Mario Kart with this. I did play a few times, but I don't like the motion sensors, so I just wound up playing with the Pro Controller. But if you're going to play with the wheel, I recommend do it with this, but I don't recommend doing this for Mario Kart if you have other options. But let's go to the next item. Have tongue twisters today. Let's go. Oh, okay, so this is another one of those items where you don't really need, but if you have it, well, it's okay. So this is actually a charger. As you're seeing a close-up, I'm taking it apart, but this makes it the Joy-Con a bit bulkier. You don't have to have the rail on the very side. It actually comes with a slide-on rail already, but this has batteries in it, so you can keep your Joy-Con charged if you're not playing with it actually on the Switch. And I've never had this problem before, where I wanted to play with a certain Joy-Con and it was dead. Most of the time it has some juice, or I just pop it on the Switch and it plays automatically. But if you want to have a Joy-Con that is pretty much on its own and it's never being charged, and you just want to have it playable right away that's not on the Switch, well, go with this. But it does make it much heavier, but it gives it more bulk, so it makes the Joy-Con more of a weighted, visceral kind of controller. So it's good for that, but that's about it. I wouldn't go out and buy one of these. So that's the Joy-Con charger. Now let's go to the next item. Okay, so these are really simple. These are just gel covers for your Joy-Con. You can see them up close. I think these are actually licensed or made by Nintendo. They have Nintendo Switch on there, so something has to be in with Nintendo. But they have a nice kind of matte feel. Now these are going to go for any kind of covering for the Joy-Con, so take my opinion with these and just kind of impose them on every other one with the, you know, give or take a few points depending on the material. But these covers add a little bump at the very back, so again, it makes it a little comfortable, a little more comfortable in your hands, and adds a little more bulk to the Joy-Con because they are small controllers, and they're pretty cool. They're inexpensive. I would recommend to get a cover if you're just going to play with Joy-Cons. It is nice, and it also protects your Joy-Con just a little bit. The particular ones I have, I don't really like the matte feel. It's kind of weird and kind of feels like a powder that's on it, but I really am not going to dock too many points for that. I recommend these, and if you have a little bit of spare change, you can go out and get these. There will be a link down below for all these items if you want to check them out. Now, let's go to the next item. Oh, okay, yeah, so this is interesting. So this is a keyboard. Now, this keyboard isn't really for the Joy-Cons, but it is. It's not really a Joy-Con thing, but I threw it in anyway, because it can actually work with your Switch without having the Joy-Cons on it. But if you have the Joy-Cons on it, you have a way more accessible and user-friendly controller. It does make it bigger, the actual piece of equipment and all, but I recommend putting and leaving the Joy-Cons on if you're actually going to use the keyboard. What is this good for? Well, I found that it's pretty good when you go onto the eShop and you're looking for specific things and you don't want to have to use a stick to spell things out. You can just kind of go into the eShop, and you can even use the arrow keys to go left, right, up, and down, which is pretty cool. But you can type in, let's say, Mario Kart. So boom, Mario Kart's right there. This will also be good for any kind of MMOs or anything that has to do with kind of typing. You can have this on hand, and it's not too expensive. So do I recommend this? For its price, not necessarily. I think you can get any kind of keyboard and plug it into the Switch, but for its novelty, if you can pick it up for around 15 bucks, yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty cool. Okay, to the next item. Oh, okay, so this is a tennis racket. Okay, so this is just a piece of plastic. Now, the Wii really kind of ushered in this shovelware plastic bits, but I'm going to tell you, I actually am going to recommend these because I've been playing a lot of Mario Tennis on the Switch. I think it's Aces, and this isn't too bad. It's actually pretty fun. There's a mode where you just swing this the Joy-Cons. Now, you could do that without this racket, but it actually feels more like tennis when you have this, and also doubles as a good fly swatter. Told you. Now, it does come with two, so that's interesting. You're gonna have to watch out so you don't hit each other, but these are actually much cooler than I thought they'd be. So do I recommend these? Yeah, if you have Mario Tennis, but that's the only thing that these are going to kind of go to, so keep that in mind. So if you're a big Mario Tennis fan and you have a little bit of change in your pocket, these aren't too expensive, so go ahead and pick these up if you want. Alright, to the last item. Oh, okay, so the stand. Now, you might have seen this in the back here. I had to take it down. Normally I have my Joy-Cons kind of resting in the stand, so let's see. It does hold the Joy-Con with the rubber on it. That's pretty cool. So that's good. I doubt it's not going to hold that. But it also does hold a Pro Controller or two. It lights up. You're seeing some close-ups of it right now where it lights up green and red. Now, I tried to put my phone on it, but it doesn't charge that, so I think it only charges controllers. I don't think it necessarily charges my Joy-Cons too well. It is there for a Joy-Con charger, but sometimes it will show red, and it put the Joy-Con in, and it doesn't go green ever, so I don't know if it's charging, but there are two slots that I know actually work. So can I recommend this? Sure, it does double as a good stand. Even if the Joy-Con ports, one or two of them go out, you're at least going to have something. If you have a lot of Joy-Cons, if you do leave them off the Switch, they do go dead, so it's good to have something that can charge them. So bad mouthing the Joy-Con charger is kind of biting me in my butt, but this is cool for that purpose. If you have a whole bunch of Joy-Cons, not a lot of people do, but if you do, this is good for charging them, keeping them in place, and it has a few slots for some Pro controllers. Now, one thing I did want to mention, but I didn't actually have on hand, were these little tire treads. You're seeing an image of them. I've bought like 3 or 4 sets of these. They come in a set of the traditional Switch colors, red and blue, like this. But they also come in a traditional black if you don't want to have them extrude the color of the Joy-Con, but they do come in a Pro Controller tread too, so it's only $5. I recommend these. Okay, now back to the video. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me in today's video, everyone. I really do appreciate it. It was a Joy-Con kind of time, and until the next time that I see you, I've been Dave, and if you're new to the channel, please click subscribe and hit that bell. We do videos like this all the time. Let me know if you like it so I can do more of these videos down in the comments below. If you want anything of these items, there are links down below. Click like if you haven't liked it already, and if you don't like this video, click dislike and let me know down below why you don't so I can improve on these videos too. So, whew, that was a mouthful. Till the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. I'm Dave here at Gamevine, and I'm out. Bye.